First, John Waite, good morning, sir.
Hey there, how you doing?
Doing very well.
How's Minneapolis?
It's starting to warm up, thank God, at this late date. Usually, my wife told me yesterday that she always plants her flowers before Mother's Day, but not this year. Very cold.
Wow. Well, no, I know it gets cold there, but I'm in New York. It's pretty nice here.
I don't want to hear about it, John.
No, it's not sunny. It's just nice. It's not. It's just great. It's just turning. You know, it's just about to become summer.
I have to tell you a secret. I may have told you this before, John.
Really?
But my voice dropped when I was about 11 years old. They called me Frog.
Some kid. Yeah.
Yeah, they called me Froggy because they thought I sounded like a frog because my voice was so deep. So you know what?
Froggy. Froggy loves Daddy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, in order to sing "Isn't It Time," just in order to be able to sing "Isn't It Time," I had to slow the record down.
Really? To what?
Just so I could hit the notes, because you're too good a singer, man.
Oh, you know, that's, well, you sound like a baritone. You know, I'm a tenor.
Yeah,
I'm a tenor. And so I hit those notes like it's just what I do for a living, you know. But, I mean, I guess you could do a baritone version of Isn't It Time, you know?
Yeah, but Isn't It Time doesn't sound as good. I'm sorry,
No,
it just doesn't.
No, it doesn't, no.
Well, thanks,
sing,
John. At least you could have given me a little bit of a nod, you know.
Tom, just sing You're Looking So Tight.
Yes, you're
Thank
looking...
Come on.
John, you do have a tremendous voice. We put you, or I shouldn't say we, but I do, and I'm sure we all do, put you among the top singers out there, you and Paul Carrick and Paul McCartney and Paul Rogers.
Oh, bless you. Jeez, that's high praise. They're great singers.
Wonderful, wonderful
yeah,
voice.
No, it's great. I got a new album out, you know.
That's what we're going to talk about, I think.
Well, yeah. But I mean, just segueing in from being a singer, I mean, I had to re-sing "Missing You," and I had to re-sing "Back
song.
on My Feet," and the rest of it's just, you know, from my past that you could get, you know, from different albums. But I had to re-sing those two songs, and I wanted to do it so I get the production better and the singing better.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was singing "Back on My Feet" again, somebody leaned over and said, "It was 35 years ago you sang that."
Oh my God!
Yeah. And I thought I made a better job of it this time. So, you know, it's weird. You know, you think as you're going to get older, you can't do these things like sing all those notes, but apparently I can, which is kind of interesting. So it's like you got all this wisdom as a singer, but you still got the pipes to do it. So,
how was it working with Alison Krauss?
It was great. I mean, she's really just a wonderful musician and a great person and beautiful. And
everyone loves her, huh?
Well, I think she hasn't got anybody that doesn't like her or love her. She's pretty much, she's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Waite releases Best. Best is available on iTunes, of course. You can buy it on CD as well. You can get it pretty much everywhere, as a matter of fact.
Well, you can get it. You can get a signed copy from johnwaiteworldwide.com. If you email us, we'll send you a signed copy. And it came out yesterday on iTunes, and it's great. Everything's happening at once. We got Harlan Coben, the author. He's got a new book out. He's got 60 million books out, and he's like huge. He's like he's one of the biggest in the world. And he's written a new book called Missing You, and it's about the song and about a murder mystery that's weaving through it. And I'm in the book.
I bought the book.
Me and Harlan met last night for the first time in New York City and did a kind of question and answer thing for a private party of people. But they're making a movie of that, so there's a lot going on in my world. I got the new album out, and I got Harlan Coben with this book, and we're going on the road for the rest of the year, so there's a lot happening, you know.
John, if you haven't read it yet, do yourself a favor when you're on the airplane or on the beach, taking it easy because you're you. Read Harlan Coben's book, Caught. It is a tremendous book.
Really?
Oh, God, it's a great book.
I mean, I was talking to him last night. We had dinner afterwards, and he was talking about all that. I've read a couple of his books since Missing You, and he's a great author.
Yeah, he is.
He wrote a short story called The Key to My Father about his father's death. It's a short story, but it was really moving. It just took my breath away from me. I was like speechless when I read it. But he's a nice guy. He's very intelligent guy, very sharp, and I've been enjoying his books. My mum is his biggest fan. She listens to books on audio.
Oh, yeah?
And she's gone through 17 of his books in the last month. You know, she thinks he's great. So, I got to call her up and tell her that the meeting went well. It was just a nice thing to meet Harlan. He's a great guy.
Isn't that nice to be able to call your mother and tell her things like that?
Well, she's she's really into Harlan. I mean, after Missing You, she got that on audiobook. But after that, she went back to the library and they got her all these different Harlan Coben books. But that's a big thing these days, listening to audiobooks. So it's kind of really cool.
Does he read his own? I'm trying to think if he reads his own audiobooks. A lot of authors.
He said he'd read one. And
one.
Said it was such a strain. Yeah, he said it was just impossible.
A lot of work.
He's done one of his books. Yeah, it's very difficult to do that,
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, you need somebody that's an actor to do that.
John, your song with Allison, Missing You, is just stunning.
Thank you.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was one of those things that I can't imagine anybody else doing a duet with me on anything. That I mean, it would just be kind of like corny, but she brought so much to it, and I had the best musicians I could find in Nashville play on it. It was like, and it was. I was working with great people at the time. It was one of those things where everything came together at once. Sometimes it doesn't, but that did. It was great.
One of the reasons you can still hit all those high notes is I love the way you project your voice. You don't over project, and that you have to protect that instrument, man.
No, I honestly, I smoked for most of my life, and I wound up smoking cigars and stuff.
Right.
And keep late hours, and honestly, I don't even warm up. I think you've either got it or you haven't.
Well, that's probably true.
Yeah, really. But I mean, I finally stopped smoking, and that's really made a huge difference.
Well, that's good news for all of us.
Yeah, no, you got to look after yourself. But I mean, I'm careful what I eat and stuff now with all the chemicals in the world. I just decided to sort of like get sort of like really healthy kind of diet and stuff. But I have no idea where it comes from. But for now, I seem to be hitting all the notes and having a great time doing it.
Well, when you talk to your mother later on today about your meeting with Harlan Coben, you can say, Mom, I got my voice from you. That'll make her happy.
Oh, she can sing better than me.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, she's like really musical, plays the piano.
Wow.
Yeah, she's unbelievable. She's like, I come from a very musical family, but she's like the original. She's like, she can really sing. She's great.
That's wonderful. My mother, I got my voice from my mother as well, but my mother could not sing, man. Ooh. I mean, honest to God, she...
Does your mother have like a low voice?
You what?
Does your mum? Does she have a low
she did.
voice?
She's no longer with us, but her name was Theophila, which in Greek means the love of God.
Wow, that's sweet.
So the Theophila, they didn't know if Theophila was a man's name or a woman's name. So when she'd answer the phone, she'd go, "Hello." And they'd go, "Yes, Mr. Bernard." This is actually Mrs. Bernard, but
Wow.
she had a very deep voice.
Peppermint voice.
Did your dad sing, John?
No, but he had a huge record collection. He's a big classical music fan.
Ooh, love it.
And in the morning when he was taking a shower, he'd always be singing like music hall songs, Yeah, I just hear him through the door, like he would be like singing some kind of song from like the 30s or 40s or something. It was like always made me smile quietly. Then he'd go downstairs and play classical music. But my brother played the guitar really well, still does.
They must be so proud of you. Wow.
Well, it's been a really, I got to say, people say I've been blessed and all that kind of stuff, and you go like, oh no, come on. But all my dreams came true, really. I came to America, and since I was a little kid, I wanted to come to America. I wanted to, see the home of blues and country, and
right.
See Texas and see cowboys and Indians, and when I was about 5, that was all I wanted to do, and that segued into country music and Western music, and then the next thing I knew it was rock and roll. The next thing I knew I was at art school and in a band, and then I turned pro, and then years of slugging away, got a record deal, but I came all the way. I managed to do it, and it's not easy. But it's been the biggest joy in my life, really. It's what I do, It's a lovely thing to make a living doing something that you adore,
I was just thinking to re-reference just for a moment here. John Waite as a little boy walking down the hallway. Dad's taking a shower, and you hear, "Pardon me, boys, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?"
I'm not kidding. But the English version of that would be something like, it's like kind of slightly edgy kind of song. But,
I love it.
And the sound of a lot of scrubbing, It was great, You have to love him. He was a great guy.
What town in England?
Lancaster.
Lancaster.
I was just there last week. We just played in Milan like 10 days.
Oh,
Wow.
God, beautiful town.
Yeah, we did a big festival there, and then I flew to England to see my mum and hang out for a week with my mum, and then I came on to New York to promote the record. But it's been a hell of a 2 weeks.
So your
Good.
dad passed away, huh?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. We lost my dad about 4 years ago, but
Sorry.
Oh, that's
but my
terrible.
mum's still going strong.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm glad I'm sure she's very, very proud of you and happy
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
You know, I had my picture taken with, actually, now you mentioned Alison Krauss, but I'm a supporter of patient safety with Bill Clinton and my friend Joe Chiani from Massimo. But we went to this summit, me and Alison were there, and with Bill Clinton. And she's got a framed picture of me and Bill Clinton and Alison stood there. And she is proud, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of my mum, really.
Oh, you should be. That's a wonderful thing
good.
to hear.
It's all good, man. It's a lot of love. It's all good.
John Waite, Best, available now on iTunes. You can buy now. And how do you get the signed copy?
If you get in touch with, just email or go to the website, johnwaiteworldwide.com. There's a PayPal kind of deal there, but if you email us, we'll personalize it and send you one back in the mail.
John, one of the great singers in the world. You really are. I love your voice.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that.
Well, let's talk again soon, sir.
I hope so. Good. God bless everybody. See you soon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
John Waite, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
You know. We don't have the babies, do we?